There are places on this planet where the ground itself is trying to kill you. Not the weather, not the wildlife. The place. The air you breathe. The water at your feet. The rock under your boots. Governments have made some of them illegal to enter. Others need no law, because almost no one who goes in comes back the same. Tonight, we count down 7 of them, and we save the worst for last, because the last one is quietly waiting to take 2 million lives at once. Number 7. Ilha da Queimada Grande, Brazil. Off the coast of São Paulo sits an island the Brazilian Navy will not let you land on. Sailors call it Snake Island. On roughly 40 hectares of forest live thousands of golden lanceheads, a pit viper found nowhere else on Earth. Their venom is strong enough to melt human flesh around the bite. There is no anti-venom stocked on the island, because there is no one on the island to save. The government keeps it closed, and the only people who set foot there do it with an armed escort and a doctor standing by. Number 6. The Danakil Depression, Ethiopia. Now go to the Horn of Africa, to a basin sunk more than 100 meters below the sea. The Danakil Depression is one of the hottest inhabited regions on the planet, with daytime heat that climbs past 50 degrees Celsius. The ground bubbles with acid, springs the color of poison. Sulfur and chlorine gas drift low over neon green pools. Salt flats crack under a sun that does not let up. People have died here of heat and of the air itself. Scientists who study it work in short shifts, then retreat, because staying is not survivable. Number 5. Lake Natron, Tanzania. South of there lies a lake that looks like spilled blood from the sky. Lake Natron runs so alkaline that its water can reach a pH near 10.5, close to household ammonia. The water can scald, and the salts preserve whatever dies in it, leaving birds and bats calcified along the shore like statues. For most animals, a fall into the wrong part of this lake is the end. It is beautiful from a plane. On foot, it is a chemical trap. Number 4. North Sentinel Island, India. In the Bay of Bengal, there is an island where time has not moved for tens of thousands of years. The Sentinelese have lived on North Sentinel in complete isolation, and they meet outsiders with arrows. India has drawn a legal exclusion zone around the whole island. It is forbidden to approach, partly to protect them from disease, and partly because those who have come close have been killed. In 2018, a young American tried to reach them and did not survive the beach. Some doors are meant to stay shut. Number 3. Mount Washington, New Hampshire. You do not have to leave the United States to find ground this hostile. Mount Washington rises barely 6,000 feet, and yet it holds some of the most violent weather ever measured on the surface of the Earth. For decades, it held the world record for wind speed observed by a person, at 231 miles per hour. Storms arrive in minutes. Temperatures crash. Fog swallows the trail. And hikers who set out on a clear morning have frozen within sight of the summit. More than 150 people have died on this small New England mountain. It kills the ones who underestimate it. Number 2. The Darvaza Gas Crater, Turkmenistan. Deep in the Karakum Desert, a pit of fire has been burning without pause for more than 50 years. Locals call the Darvaza crater the door to hell. The story goes that a Soviet drilling rig punched into a pocket of natural gas and the ground collapsed, so engineers set the escaping methane alight to burn it off in a few days. It never stopped. The crater is more than 60 meters across, and standing at its edge, the heat pushes against your face while the desert wind pulls at your back. The gas that feeds it is invisible, odorless where it leaks around the rim, and it does not care that you cannot see it. Number 1. Lake Kivu, Rwanda, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And now, the one that waits. On the border of Rwanda and the Congo lies Lake Kivu, calm and blue, with 2 million people living along its shores. Beneath that calm surface, dissolved in the deep water under enormous pressure, are staggering volumes of carbon dioxide and methane. Lakes like this have killed before. In Cameroon, Lake Nyos released a cloud of carbon dioxide in 1986 that flowed downhill and suffocated more than 1,700 people in a single night. Kivu holds vastly more, and vastly more people live in its path. Scientists monitor it, and engineers are slowly drawing the gas off for power. But everyone who studies it understands the truth. It is not a question of whether the lake could turn over. It is a question of what is done before it does. 7 places, and every one of them is real, mapped and known. That is the part that stays with you. These are not legends. They are on the maps, marked with warnings that most people will never read in the parts of the world we quietly agreed to leave alone. Next week, we go somewhere else the world forgot. Until then, be glad the ground under your feet is only ordinary.